Well, thank you, Linda, so much. I appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you everybody for being on here tonight. We have a lot of people on the webinar and a lot on the national call line. So I want to get started here. I want to honor your time. If you look at the upper left-hand corner, you're on the webinar. You'll see that it's the iControl Energy powered by CCM 119 business presentation. And what we want to do tonight is we want to speak to you about about what we've been doing and what you have control of in your life. Obviously, not just from the energy side and what you're doing, at your workplace, but also in your household, your business, do you have total control? So what we're doing, folks, is if you're on the webinar and you're trying to listen from the phone, I want to let you know that there's a delay. You probably should be on one or the other listening to the speakers. If you are on the webinar, look at your lower right-hand corner and you can click on the icon there, and that icon will allow you to expand the webinar in that square box down there, okay? And it'll give you a full screen view of the webinar. So, like Linda said, my name is John Rakitian. I've been with CCM, for about 6.5 years. I was a warehouse guy, worked at Cisco Food Services over 30 years. This came to me when I was around 46 years old, and within 2.5 years, I was able to walk away from my full-time job. A place where I had tenure. I mean, I did this during the Depression because of the product and the company, not because I'm somebody special. I mean, I've been a blue-collar guy all my life, United States Marine, married 30 years, 4 children, 4 grandchildren by 52. I'm busy, but I'm simple, and I want to let you know that, the Lord blessed me with communication skills, and I like to communicate to people about what this opportunity has not done just for my family, but for many, many people in the last 6 years that we've been here. Our company, Consumer Choice Marketing, is a company that has, expanded from just the 2 states when I started 6 years ago into 35 states. And we're going to talk about that as we go through the presentation. iControl Energy, you'll see in the light bulb on the picture next to me, which is the new branding division, which is allowing us to get in all 50 states and have an energy savings opportunity in all 50 states. And we'll explain it as we go through the presentation. About our company, CCM launched in 2008, over 20 years of combined energy experience. We're 100% debt free, but this is where it gets pretty serious, okay? We've been around for a long time, and we have an incredible record with the Better Business Bureau. We have a 90% customer retention and satisfaction rate, 90%. Our next competitor is in the 70s, okay? I just want to let you know that. All right, we don't have any ills with the Public Utility Commission, and we launched iControl Energy in 2014 of last year. 3 emerging opportunities we're going to talk about tonight: energy deregulation, home automation, direct selling. The first one is the opportunity of energy deregulation. A lot of people don't really understand, how this works, so I'm going to explain it from a gas station, all right, from a gas station perspective. If your city that you live in, and I'm up here in Cleveland, Ohio, right? If Cleveland only had 1 Shell gas station, they would be able to go out there and set pricing anytime they wanted, whether they could raise it, whether their profits are missing, or lower it, when they have excess. They could do whatever they want. But when another gas station builds across the street, you have a thing called competition. Well, what happened was, with energy deregulation in Ohio, where I started, natural gas was deregulated first. The monopolies, which were the local utilities, and in Ohio, they're pretty big: First Energy, Dominion. In Cleveland. In Columbus, it's AEP, and Columbia Natural Gas. Down in Cincinnati, it's Duke. These companies, they own the lines. We can't just shut their companies down. They have to have a way to make a profit, and that's now through transportation and delivery. They've been deregulated, okay? And they've been said that you're not going to make profit from natural gas. They had a big sell-off here. That started energy deregulation. So what we've done is we've come between the power plant and the local utility, and we pass energy through the local utility for the consumer. We compete with multiple companies. I think there's 40 or 50 in Ohio easily, and whoever has the best rate wins, but who also has customer retention, and also who has what we call availability and choice. Now let me explain what I mean by that. You see, people have a choice now, and with us, we don't have just one supplier. We have multiple suppliers in all the states we're in, and that gives us great a competitive market, and we get a one-up on everybody else, because most of the companies we're competing with have one pricing. They have one pricing when they walk into a house, a commercial business, an industrial manufacturing plant, and that's all they have, where we get to go out there and find the best pricing. So that's the first opportunity we're talking about. So what are the experts saying about deregulation? We know Mr. Buffett said that Energy will be the largest transfer of wealth in our lifetime. When these guys speak about money moving, they change markets, okay? If Warren Buffett sat down with you at the dinner table tonight and he said, John, do you know that you got to get in front of energy deregulation? It'll be the largest transfer of wealth in our lifetime. I know Warren has got in front of it. I mean, Warren goes out there and he owns the energy lines for companies. He owns, his own energy producing facilities. This guy's amazing. Mr. Gates was asked, "What's the next place to be in?" I mean, where would you be if everything failed? And he said, "I'd be in the energy deregulation market. It's the next big thing." I don't care if you're talking about the green movement. I don't care if you're talking about the natural gas or you're talking about electricity. Everyone's got to have it. It's the easiest product in the world to sell because it's a necessity. Think about it. You are selling a necessitized product. You do not have to go out there and ask somebody if they know anything about it. They have to have it. And that is something that makes this a huge win for us. Now, we're partnered with 3 of the biggest energy suppliers in the nation. Direct Energy and Constellation are #1 and #2. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. And then IGS is the largest privately held company, which is one of our partners out of the Columbus market in Ohio. These suppliers, plus another 9, that's 12 altogether, get us into 217 local utilities, 35 states plus DC. We have the biggest right now footprint in America, and we're doing this from home. We are creating brokers that are working from home. You see, what I love to tell you about consumer choice marketing is this. We were an energy commercial company before we became a home-based business opportunity or a network marketing company. Most of the other companies out there, they get involved with suppliers. They launch a field team or a team that's going to go out there and bring them all kind of residential customers, and they really know nothing about the big stuff. Now, let me show you some of these graphs, okay? Most of the companies right now that are our competitors are dealing in that little yellow piece of pie called the 13% residential market. That's the residential market. The commercial industry, which is 79% of the burn in America or usage in America, we also are in. Now, I want to ask you a question. Would you like to go out there and build a team of 10,000 salespeople that put in, maybe 50, 60,000 residential customers? Or would you rather go out and build a team of maybe 100 salespeople that put in commercial accounts that quadruple that? Now let me tell you what I mean. I would rather put in 1 McDonald's than 400 residential customers any day. And the reason I'm saying that, now we love residential. We help thousands, tens of thousands of residential customers. But I will tell you this, I would rather work and go door to door and speak to commercial accounts that we have longevity with and over a 94% customer retention rate than going out there and piecemealing a whole bunch of residential. Am I going to ignore residential? No, I'm not. I'm going to help friends and family because I want to help them say we have the best rates where I'm at in the Ohio Valley. But what I love about it is that I get to also go out there and close hotel chains, farms, prisons, city municipalities. We just closed 2 city municipalities right up northeast of me here. Okay. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about the state, the government buildings. I'm talking about the fire departments, the police departments, the garage, the service garages, whatever that has to do with that city municipality. We do it. You see, we don't pretend. We don't hide behind false numbers. We don't go out there and say we think we do it, or we don't tell you that, oh yeah, we do that too, and then we submit the bills and they don't get closed. Guys, we have a 75% closure ratio. We have a 75% commercial closing ratio, which means that 75% of the consumers out there are probably coming out of a contract or they're being overcharged. Okay? We're in 35 plus markets. We're doing what we do. The best part about it is we have a division that's going to do all that work for you. Here's our secret sauce, okay? It's called the Commercial Assistance Program, or CAP. My job as a broker in the field is to walk into a place and say, hey, let's say it's a Chick-fil-A. Okay, I love to use Chick-fil-A because I've got a couple of their bills. Okay, I walk into a Chick-fil-A, I see the manager in the back at the table and say, hey, Joe, I don't know if I can help you or not, but if you can give me a copy of last month's utility bill, I'm going to have a company do a free analysis, a free proposal. They're going to close the deal for you, okay, and they're going to see if you're being overcharged. Can you go get that bill for me? Well, John, I never heard of you. Who are you? What's your company? I sent them to a commercial website, not a prospecting website, not a network marketing website, not a website that's going to go out there and make this guy feel a little uneasy. I'm going to send them to a website that shows commercial electric, commercial gas, and commercial telecom. And I'm going to be able to draw 3 residual checks from that customer and take care of him the life of the customer. You see, we don't take anything from our reps in the field, or we call them brokers, okay? We don't take anything. If that customer goes into a 1-year contract, a 2-year, then comes out and goes to another 2-year, goes to a 3 to 5-year, it is always your customer, and you're always going to make residuals on that customer. But the best part about it is, once you submit that bill, our CAP division is going to contact that person that makes decisions. They're going to work with that person on what type of do they want a blend? Do they want a variable? Do they want a fixed? You know, what is their demand peak rates and all that? They take care of all that. You don't need to know anything about that. What you need to get good at is asking a person for their bill. 1 month, last month's bill, because they show the grids on there. You input the information, you get the credit for the life. Now, when they're coming out of a contract in 2 years, our division, the CAP division, 60 days early, is already working on a new contract for them. Guys, this is the secret sauce. A lot of companies say they do this, but we know they don't do it like we do, okay? And that's why we're still here. 8 years later, we're still here because we have built a massive book of business. The last time I checked, we were closing in on 20,000 commercial customers, okay? 20,000 commercial customers. What does that say for the book of business that we've done and we've had here? I joined in 2008, and in my first 2 months, I put in 54 commercial accounts. I'm still getting paid on 53 of the 54 accounts. You're probably saying, well, what happened to that one account? They went bankrupt. They closed their doors. Our company has been able to retain these companies for me for 6 years. I've been getting paid on them. I'm not talking about somebody you're going to make 30 cents on or $1 a month on. I'm talking about companies that are super funding your retirement. A company that's helping you, get rid of that part-time job. Very special division. Now watch this. Now we have a little bit of news we want to give to you, because this is an analysis that we've done in commercial. This is the Greensboro, North Carolina city municipality, and this is natural gas, which they don't burn much in North Carolina, but it's one of the states that we're in. 21,000 therms. We pay, if you do times 6 cents, it pays about $1,290 a year. Now, folks, in network marketing, have you ever sold anything that paid you $1,290 a year in commissions? And by the way, because of our bonuses and our matches, we pay 50% of that out to the field leadership, okay? But look what that black line says across the front of that screen. New commercial incentive pays first year upfront till January 31st. We ran this incentive back before Christmas, going from November into December, and we paid out on the 24th of December the biggest payouts we ever had in commercial energy. Why? Because what we're doing right now with our company is we're paying the first year. It might be a 2-year contract, a 3-year contract, a 4-year, or 5-year, but the first year we're going to pay to you up front. Up front. Who is doing this? Nobody. And the reason why we're able to do this is because we put together a big book of business. Now look at this next analysis. This place was a hospital. I'm not going to tell you where it was closed at. It was closed in California, okay? And it was 292,000 therms times 0.06 cents equals $17,553. You see, we prove to people and show people what we're doing. We don't have nothing to hide. We boast in the labors and the successes of what our field reps have done. Can you imagine getting a $17,000 pay raise with one customer? Who does this anymore? I mean, nobody goes after hospitals and closes hospitals, because you know why? It's too much work. They don't have multiple suppliers. They don't have professional brokers in-house going out there and finding the fixed pricing for these customers and working with these customers. You see, the secret is our in-house brokers just don't get paid a salary. They get paid part of the commissions. So they become responsible for the customer just like you do. I don't care if it's your brother-in-law or an aunt or an uncle that owns that business, or if it's a friend, or if it's somebody that you just walked into and you got their business. They're going to care for this because it's part of their income too. I love what Mr. Doug Teske, our CEO, set up with all these commercial accounts. Here's an egg farm in Croton, Ohio. One of my national directors, Danny Piper out of Columbus, somebody on his team closes an account. Look at the energy. We get paid 1 mil per kilowatt, 0.001 cents. And guys, this is a home run. Okay, no doubt about it. On these webinars, we're going to show you our best case scenarios so that you guys get jacked up and you see what's available to you out there. But the person that I know that closed this account didn't just close one chicken farm. There's multiple farms that were involved. You guys, it's burning 22 million kilowatts. We get paid $1,000 per million kilowatts. Okay, and $500 is paid on a matching bonus for every $1,000 in kilowatts. Look at what this broker made. That means $33,000 is being paid out to the field on one account. What if you close this by the end of January? You get paid the first year up front. Can you handle that? I know you can, because this is the kind of company that's changing the way people are doing energy from home. We are not going to have you go out there and get exhausted putting in tens of thousands of residential accounts when you can also go out there and grab everything that's in your local neighborhood, okay? This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Our second opportunity, home automation. Be in control even when you're away by managing your home with your smartphone, tablet, and PC. Home automation is efficient, reduces standby power use in your home, cost effective, it saves the power reductions, and also it's convenient. What I love with our product is it comes with a 23% savings, guys, a 23% savings in regulated and deregulated markets. So all 50 states, we can use this product to go in there to help the consumer save money on homes and small businesses. You see, this system, it recognizes patterns. You can set the patterns up when you go to work, and it'll lower or raise your thermostat 5 degrees, which will save you approximately 23% a month, on your natural gas and electricity. What I love about it is that in our home automation kit, or the hack, it comes standard. And there's a lot of companies out there. You have Vivint, you have AT&T, you have Time Warner, which are probably the top 3. But let me tell you what they're good at. They're good at what we call smoke and mirrors on the vanity side, not really telling you what they're saving you on the energy side. You see, we lead with energy saving. Do we have security? Of course we do. Do we have smart plugs? Do we have light switches and smoke alarms? And do we have, carbon monoxide detectors and water? We have it all, okay? But let me explain what we do here at Consumer Choice Marketing, okay? See, we have a mobile app that operates everything, which a lot of those other companies do. But you see, here's where we pretty much separate ourselves from the competition. We dare to compare. Competitor A is Vivint. Competitor B is Time Warner. Competitor C is AT&T. And they all have different packages. Our product and basic package like theirs costs $399 retail. If you come on board with us, it's $349. But it's only $9.95 a month. No activation fee, no installation fee, no contract fee. If you want to stop paying the $9.95, which operates your app, okay, you still can use the thermostat in the house. We are not here to go out there and save a consumer 23%, which is anywhere from $30 to $45 a month, and then charge them $57.99. It's a wash. They just have a vanity product sitting in their house and a glorified security program. We want to show the consumer how to save money. And by the way, that's the first year cost. Second year, it's just $9.95 a month. No contract. The average company out there is hitting people up with a 2- and 3-year contract. We love what we're doing here. And by the way, the $9.95 app is commissionable, 10% every month. If you're big in the residential market, or you're big in going out there and you have a lot of customers out there that you want to sell this to, you can go out and make a residual on this product on the back end. I love it. Our third opportunity is direct selling, and this is team building or a traditional sales approach. You see, we have separated our opportunity, and I call it the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde effect. When I walk into a commercial customer, I have a commercial business card, I have a commercial website. They could submit their bills directly to a commercial store, okay? And I also have the opportunity, which is, hey, I'm a network marketer. I want you to check out my opportunity. I want you to become a broker. Here's my website for that. My iControl Energy / whatever. It has my videos. It also has my retail store, and so on and so on and so forth, right? And the reason we do that is because, the reason why we're closing the most customers is because we've been able to do that through either approach. If somebody wants to come over here and just do energy, and like I said earlier, super fund their retirement, they can do that here. If somebody wants to build a team, they can do that here. But the guys in the company, the people in the company, the brokers that are doing both, are the top earners in the company. So that's a little hint here. So let me show you what we do. 2 ways to earn money. We enroll customers, we build a team. If you go out there and you come on board with us tonight, okay, your website counts as a customer, and just 2 more customer points. We don't care what they are. They could be natural gas, electricity, commercial. It all counts towards this bonus, okay? You just get 2 more customers, you get $100. But watch what happens here. We have some incredible incentives going on right now that can really help you get your return on your investment in a very short time. You gather another 7 customers, which is 10 total. That's another 100, right? So it equals $200. But because we have a new incentive out there going to the end of the month, we give you another $200 on that. That's $400. So with just 10 customers, you're making $40 a customer, okay? The incentive that we're doing to the end of the month, it's called the Customer Gathering Blitz. If you put another 10 in, that's 20 combined. We give you you make 450, and that's another $200 bonus. If you do 30, that's another 200, and it becomes, add 300 to that, it becomes 750. Guys, there's nobody out there paying like this on residential customers, and the reason we're doing this is because residential customers here, they really appreciate being taken care of. We educate them. We let them know about the market and pricing. A lot of companies out there don't even talk about pricing. How could you not talk about pricing in an industry where you're trying to help people save money, right? So I just want to let you know that. Now, building your team, sponsoring new independent brokers. When you come on board with us, every new broker you bring in pays you $50. So if you just bring us 2 brokers and 3 customers, you've already broken even, okay, with our return on your investment. I'm just gonna let you know that. I'll let you know how much it is at the end, but if you're good at math and figuring things out, you can tell it's less than $200 to get in, okay? Now watch this. Once you get 2 people on your team that are customer qualified with 3 customers each, you now become a managing broker in our company. You make $75 up front. That's paid to you next week. You see, we're gonna pay you weekly on your team building and what your team is building for you, right? So if you're a good leader, you're a great trainer and a manager, as your team is growing, we're paying you weekly. We want to pay you to go out there and meet with them, not waiting for the residuals to kick in or the bonuses from just customer acquisition. But here's what's really cool. We also give you a pay increase of 20% on all the matching bonuses. So the people you bring in as a managing broker, you make 20%. That's 20% on anything they do. And I'm talking about any of the products they market, any of the commercial business, residential, or industrial manufacturing. Now, also, you start getting paid to infinity levels of 10%, and $25 checks come to you from that team. Once you have 12 brokers on your team, okay, in your independent and managing director's code, it's any combination. You can put all 12 in. Your first 4 could go out there and put 2 in each, becomes 12. You can put 4 brokers in, and 1 could put in 8. You are a regional director, and this is where we separate ourselves from everybody else in the industry. And I'm telling you, I'm going to name the companies. There's big companies out there like Ambit Energy, Ignite Energy, Momentous. Here's where we separate ourselves from all the big guys that have been putting in millions of customers over the past few years. You now get a 30% matching bonus on all your personals, 20% and 10% throughout that whole team to infinity. You also get $100 bills, 50s and 25s, every time an independent broker and a managing broker comes onto your team. But watch this. Every time your team, not you, every time your team grows by 12 brokers, on top of all that front money we're giving you, we give you a $1,000 bonus. If you look at the bottom, it says both of these bonuses can be daily, weekly, monthly, or annually, over and over. Folks, there's no time limit. Right before Christmas, I had 46 brokers on my team for bonuses. Now, if you hit 12, you get 1,000. You hit 24, you get another 1,000. You hit 36, you get another 1,000. When I hit 48, it was like the 18th of the month, around December 18th. I hit 48, it paid me my 4th $1,000 check. But my team put 2 more brokers in, which hit 50. And when you get 50 brokers on your team, you get a $5,000 check. So within a 2-day period, I got a $6,000 check because of the 2 bonuses right before Christmas. What does that mean to you? It means that it's your team's effort that you're building, supporting, helping each person. So the secret sauce here in team building is get your people to regional director. Every time you hit a regional director, you're getting a $1,000 bonus for that. plus you're making the 75s and the 100s up front. This is dynamic. I think every 50 brokers in our company pays out $13,000 to the broker that is leading that sales team. Every 100 pays around $24,000 to $25,000 in upfront commissions. This is where we separate ourselves, folks. Do you know why? Because all those other companies I mentioned earlier don't do commercial energy. They try to, or they say they do. We really do it, and it helps these bonus pools, that are pretty dynamic. Our promotion levels are very simple. Independent broker, managing broker, 20%. Regional director, 30%. Executive director, 40%. And national director in our company gets a 50%. Could you imagine? Some guy told me the other day in a meeting, so what does 50% mean? I go, well, this Friday, I go, do you have a job? He goes, yeah, I work for a big company. We have a big office. I go, this Friday, when you guys all get there, when everybody gets paid, I want you to think of you matching all their checks 50%. That's what a 50% match is. If you brought those people to our company, you would get a 50% match. See, some people are going to put a couple residential customers in, they're going to get customer qualified, and they're going to build a sales team. Some people are going to go out and put in energy customers. You don't care here. It doesn't matter what they do. We're going to pay you a match on all that. These are the positions in our company. So what do we provide? A true 50-state energy opportunity, a true 50-state energy opportunity because of home automation and telecom, commercial telecom, a way to make money from these services, a true savings opportunity, and an immediate income opportunity. You're not waiting around here 30, 60, 90 days for customers to close to get paid, especially if you're building a team. Tax savings advantages, all the help and support that you need. So what does it cost? It costs $199 tonight to become an independent broker with the person that brought you here. $24.95 a month, guys. We erase the monthly fee when you bring us 25 customers, okay? And I just want to tell you, if you want to come on board and also purchase the home automation kit at a $50 discount, it's plus $349 to have the whole kit and caboodle, the becoming a broker and having the first hack system that we have out there, or the home automation kit. So what I want to say tonight is thank you very much. I want to let you guys know right now that, things are changing in our economy. There is no doubt about it, okay, that people are now looking for another viable means to make a secondary income to become their primary income. We have the company that can do it for you because we're here, helping you land the big guys, land the big accounts or the big fish, right? Not only are we going to help you with that, we're going to train you on how to do this. So my name is John Rakuten. I want to say thank you very much for having me here. I'm going to turn the national call back to Linda. And Linda, you can take it away from there. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy yourselves and have a wonderful week. Good night now.